Registered Master Plumbing Engineers of the Philippines Review. Quiz number 2, 2025. Number 1. In sizing rainwater piping, what percentage of the wall area will be added to the roof area if there are two adjacent walls? A. 50%. B. 75%. C. 0%. D. 35%. The correct option is D. 35%. Explanation. According to several plumbing codes, such as the Uniform Plumbing Code, UPC, when sizing rainwater piping, 35% of the total adjacent wall areas should be added to the horizontal roof area calculation. This is done to account for the amount of wind-driven rain that will shed from the walls onto the roof area below. Why other options are incorrect? A. 50%. This percentage is used when only one single wall diverts rainwater to the roof area, or for the portion of a wall that extends above an adjacent, lower wall. It is not the specified percentage for two adjacent walls. B. 75%. This percentage is not a standard value used in the referenced plumbing codes for this specific condition. C. 0%. No additional area is added only for two walls that are opposite each other and of the same height, as they are considered to cancel out the wind-driven rain effect. It is not the correct percentage for adjacent walls. Number 2. What characteristic has an Oakum in the lead and Oakum joint that is lacking in other joint? A. Though cast iron is a rigid material, the Oakum could make the joint flexible. B. The wet Oakum will expand, thus making the joint gas and watertight. C. Oakum could serve as a cushion during the caulking of lead. D. Oakum act as an absorbent of the foul odor coming out of the saw line. The correct answer is B. The wet Oakum will expand, thus making the joint gas and watertight. Explanation. Oakum is a caulking material made of hemp or jute fiber impregnated with tar. In a lead and Oakum joint for cast iron pipes, the Oakum is packed into the bell and spigot joint first. When Oakum gets wet, from moisture in the air or intentionally dampened during installation, it expands, creating a tight seal that prevents gas and water from leaking. This expansion property is unique to Oakum compared to other joint materials that do not swell in the same way. The other options are incorrect because A. Oakum itself does not make the joint flexible. The flexibility comes from the lead caulking over the Oakum. C. While Oakum does cushion the lead during caulking, this is not the unique characteristic lacking in other joints. D. Oakum does not absorb foul odors. Its main purpose is mechanical sealing. Number 4. The vertical depth of a trap seal is measured from blank. A. The inlet of the trap to the outlet of the trap. B. The inlet of the trap to the bottom of the trap. C. The crown weir to the top of the dip of the trap. D. The outlet of the trap to the bottom of the trap. The correct answer is C. Hubless pipe is lighter compared to pipe with hubs. Explanation. No hub, hubless, cast iron pipes do not have the enlarged bell, hub, at one end, which makes them lighter and easier to handle than traditional hub and spigot cast iron pipes. This reduction in weight simplifies transport, handling, and installation, which is a significant advantage, especially in multi-story buildings where weight matters. The other options are less central advantages. A. Fittings are still used, so this is not a primary advantage. B. While double hub issues are avoided, this is a minor practical benefit. D. Joints are quicker but require special couplings and proper torquing. Easy is relative and not the greatest advantage compared to weight savings. Number 4. These pipes are represented in plumbing plans with a moderate dash, 3 short dashes and a moderate dash. A. Vacuum pipe. B. Compressed air pipe. C. Hot water recirculating pipe. D. Fire protection pipe. The correct answer is C. Hot water recirculating pipe. Splash symbol plumbing line symbols. In plumbing drafting standards, specialized piping systems like recirculation lines, compressed air, and vacuum lines are represented using distinct line patterns. Times hot water recirculating pipe, HWR. This is typically represented by a line pattern consisting of a moderate dash, followed by 3 short dashes, or dots, and then another moderate dash, dash. This distinguishes it from the standard hot water supply line, which is often a dash and two dots. Times compressed air pipe, usually represented by a series of long dashes and one extra long dash, or a long dash and two medium dashes. Times vacuum pipe, often uses a line with a dash and a single short dash, or dot, repeated. Times fire protection pipe, fire sprinkler line commonly represented by a line with a long dash and one short dash, or dot, repeated, often with the initials FP nearby. Number 5. What is the opening in a plumbing fixture that allows waste to escape into the sanitary waste system? A. Trap. B. Overflow. C. Vent. D. Drain. The correct answer is D. Drain. Explanation. In plumbing terminology, the drain is the opening in a fixture, like a sink, tub, or floor drain, through which wastewater exits and flows into the sanitary waste drainage system. Let's clarify the other choices. A trap, a curved section of pipe below the fixture that holds water to prevent sour gases from entering the room. It is not the opening itself. B. Overflow, a secondary opening, e.g., in sinks or bathtubs, that prevents flooding by allowing excess water to drain before it spills over. It's not the main waste outlet. C. Vent, part of the venting system that allows air into the drainage system to maintain pressure, it does not carry waste. D. Drain, white heavy checkmark, correct. This is the primary opening through which waste flows out of the fixture into the drainage system. White heavy checkmark, final answer, D. Drain. Number 6. What is the most common repair required on fixture faucets? A. Loose thread repair. B. Repair of broken handle. C. Replacement of seat. D. Replacement of washer. The correct answer is D. Replacement of washer. Explanation. In traditional compression-type faucets, which are still very common, especially in older installations and many Philippine households, the rubber or neoprene washer inside the faucet stem is the component that seals against the valve seat to stop water flow. Over time, this washer wears out, hardens, or cracks, leading to dripping faucets, the most frequent faucet problem. Why the other options are less common? A. Loose thread repair, threads can strip, but it's not the most common issue. B. Repair of broken handle, handles can break, but usually due to misuse, not the primary wear item. C. Replacement of seat, valve seats can corrode or get grooved, but they last longer than washers and are serviced less frequently. D. Replacement of washer, white heavy checkmark, correct. Washers are soft, sacrificial parts that wear out quickly and are the number one cause of leaks in compression faucets. Even with modern ceramic disc or cartridge faucets becoming more common, compression faucets remain widespread. An washer replacement is still the most typical faucet repair taught in plumbing reviews and practiced in the field. White heavy checkmark, final answer, D. Replacement of washer. Number 7. What pipe is indicated in the plumbing plan with a solid line? A. Vacuum pipe. B. Fire protection pipe. C. Hot water recirculating pipe. D. Drain pipe. The correct answer is D. Drain pipe. Explanation. In standard plumbing plan drafting conventions, different pipe types are represented using specific line symbols. Solid line, continuous, unbroken typically represents drain, waste, and vent, DWV, pipes, especially drain pipes that carry wastewater by gravity. Dashed or special patterned lines used for water supply, hot-cold recirculation, fire protection, gas, vent, etc., to differentiate them visually. Let's evaluate the options. A. Vacuum pipe, usually shown with a dotted or specialized symbol, not a solid line. B. Fire protection pipe represented by a distinctive pattern, example, medium dash, 3 short dashes, medium dash, not solid. C. Hot water recirculating pipe, typically shown as a dashed or labeled line, often with arrows or color coding. D. Drain pipe white heavy checkmark correct. Solid lines are standard for drain and waste piping in plumbing plans because they rely on gravity flow and are a primary part of the drainage system. This convention is consistent with Philippine plumbing drafting standards and references like the National Plumbing Code and Common Review Materials, example, Engel tutorial. White heavy checkmark final answer, D. Drain pipe. Number 8. Most of the vents are sized to be at least 1/2 the size of the drain it serves. 1/2 of the size means it is 1/2 of which? A. Cross-sectional area of pipe. B. Wetted perimeter. C. Diameter of pipe. D. Perimeter of pipe. The correct answer is C. Diameter of pipe. Explanation. In plumbing code requirements, particularly in the National Plumbing Code of the Philippines, based on the International Plumbing Code or similar standards, when it is stated that a vent shall be at least 1/2 the size of the drain it serves, this refers to the nominal, inside or trade, not the cross-sectional area. Key clarification. 1/2 the size equals 1/2 the diameter, e.g., a 4-inch drain requires at least a 2-inch vent. It does not mean half the cross-sectional area, which would be much smaller in diameter since area proportionality diameter squared. For example, a 4-inch drain has a cross-sectional area of almost equals 12.57 in squared. Half the area would be almost equals 6.28 in squared, which corresponds to a pipe of about 2.8 inches in diameter, not a standard size. But code requires a 2-inch vent for a 4-inch drain, which is exactly half the diameter. This convention simplifies sizing and is universally applied in plumbing design and licensing exams in the Philippines. Review of options. A. Cross-sectional area of pipe incorrect, common misconception. B. Wetted perimeter not used for sizing vents. C. Diameter of pipe white heavy checkmark correct. D. Perimeter of pipe irrelevant in this context. White heavy checkmark final answer, C. Diameter of pipe. Number 10. The combinations of fittings that may be used to make an offset and is considered a vertical pipe are blank. A. 1 to 90 degree and 1 to 45 degree. B. 1 to 45 degree and 1 to 60 degree. C. 2 to 90 degree and 1 to 45 degree. D. 1 to 45 degree and 1 to 45 degree. The correct answer is C. 0%. Explanation. When sizing rainwater drainage systems, example, roof drains, gutters, downspouts, the National Plumbing Code of the Philippines, and similar standards like the IPC, provides guidance on how to account for vertical wall areas that may contribute additional runoff to the roof. Key rule. Adjacent walls, example, at a corner, can channel rainwater onto the roof, so a percentage of their area is added to the roof catchment area. However, if two walls are directly opposite each other, example, on north and south sides of a roof, rainwater tends to blow onto one wall and off the other, without significantly increasing runoff into the roof drainage system. Therefore, no additional area is added, the effect cancels out. Pushpin code interpretation. Opposite walls do not contribute net additional runoff to the roof drainage area, so 0% is added. Review of options. A. 75% too high, not applicable. B. 35% not a standard value in plumbing code for this scenario. C. 0% white heavy checkmark correct. D. 50% applies when one or two adjacent walls are present, not opposite. White heavy checkmark final answer, C. 0%. Number 10. For a roof area that exceeds 10,000 square feet, what is the minimum number of roof drains required? A. 2. B. 5. C. 3. D. 4. The correct option is D. 4. Explanation. According to common building and plumbing codes, such as the International Plumbing Code, IPC, the minimum number of roof drains required for roof areas over 10,000 square feet is 4. The general rule is Times not less than 2 drains for roof areas up to and including 10,000 square feet. Times not less than 4 drains for roofs over 10,000 square feet in area. These requirements ensure adequate primary drainage and provide redundancy in case of blockage, which helps prevent excessive water accumulation and potential structural damage, ponding. Why other options are incorrect? Times A2. This is the minimum number required for roof areas of 10,000 square feet or less, not for areas exceeding 10,000 square feet. Times B5. While more than 4 drains might be necessary depending on the specific roof area, rainfall rate, and engineering calculations, e.g., 1 drain per 10,000 square feet for very large roofs, the minimum required by code for simply exceeding 10,000 square feet is 4. Times C3. Building codes specify a minimum of 4 drains for areas over 10,000 square feet, making 3 drains non-compliant with the minimum requirement. Number 11. When a globe valve does not control the water, what must be done to control it? A. Rethread the end of the stem as it is through the gap between threads that water could escape. B. The stem needs replacement as it could not reach the seat, thereby leaving a gap for the water to enter. C. The washer might be worn out, so it must be replaced. D. The seat is worn out, thus the seat should be replaced. The correct answer is C. The washer might be worn out, so it must be replaced. Explanation. A globe valve is a type of compression valve commonly used in plumbing to start, stop, or regulate water flow. Its operation relies on a washer, attached to the valve stem, pressing tightly against a valve C to create a seal and stop water flow. Common failure mode. Over time, the rubber or neoprene washer wears out, hardens, or deforms. When this happens, it no longer seals properly against the seat even when the valve is fully closed. This results in water continuing to flow or drip, meaning the valve does not control the water. Why option C is correct? Washer replacement is the most frequent and first-line repair for a leaking or non-sealing globe valve. It's simple, cost-effective, and typically resolves the issue. Why other options are less accurate? A. Rethread the stem thread wear is rare. Leaks are almost never due to gaps between stem threads. B. Stem replacement stems rarely fail unless bent or corroded. Usually, the washer is the issue. D. Seat replacement valve seats can wear, but this happens less often than washer wear. Seats are usually reconditioned, reamed, only if grooved or corroded after checking the washer. White heavy checkmark standard plumbing practice. Always replace the washer first when a globe valve fails to shut off water. White heavy checkmark final answer. C. The washer might be worn out, so it must be replaced. Number 12. Which of the following give the correct reason why the DFU value in vent pipe sizing is the same as that of waste pipe sizing? A. The vent pipes are integral parts of the entire plumbing system. B. All of the listed reasons. C. Wastewater will also pass through vent pipes like that of wet vents. D. The amount of air required by plumbing system is proportional to the amount of waste flowing in the drainage pipe. The correct answer is D. The amount of air required by plumbing system is proportional to the amount of waste flowing in the drainage pipe. Explanation. Drainage fixture units, DFUs, are used to quantify the load a plumbing fixture places on the drainage and venting system. DFUs for drainage pipes reflect wastewater flow. DFUs for vent pipes ** reflect the volume of air needed to equalize pressure and prevent trap seal loss. Why DFU values are the same for both systems? The venting system must supply or exhaust air in proportion to the volume and speed of wastewater flow in the drain. When a fixture discharges, it creates negative or positive pressure in the drain pipe. Vents prevent siphoning by allowing air to enter the system. The more DFUs, i.e., more fixtures waste flow. Therefore, vent sizing uses the same DFU values as drainage pipes not because waste flows through vents, but because air demand correlates directly with drainage load. Evaluating the options. A. The vent pipes are integral parts of the entire plumbing system. True, but too vague, doesn't explain why DFU values are the same. B. All of the listed reasons. Incorrect, because option C is false. See below. C. Wastewater will also pass through vent pipes like that of wet vents. Misleading. While wet vents do carry both waste and serve as vents, most vent pipes, dry vents, so this is not the general reason for matching DFUs. D. The amount of air required by plumbing system is proportional to the amount of waste flowing in the drainage pipe. White heavy checkmark correct and precise. This is the fundamental principle behind using the same DFU values for vent sizing. White heavy checkmark final answer, D. Number 13. When a cut is necessary in a hub and spigot system, from what type of pipe should the pipe is cut in order to avoid waste? A. Hubless. B. Single hub. C. None of the listed. D. Double hub. The correct answer is D. Double hub. Explanation. In a hub and spigot cast iron soil pipe system, pipes are manufactured with different end configurations. Single hub, one end has a hub, bell, the other is a spigot, plain end. Double hub, both ends have hubs. Hubless, no hubs, joined with clamps, not relevant for traditional hub and spigot systems. When installing or making field cuts, planners aim to minimize waste and avoid needing extra couplings or fittings. Why double hub pipe is best for cutting? If you cut a double hub pipe, both resulting pieces will each have a hub. This allows flexibility in installation. One piece can connect backward or forward as needed. In contrast, cutting a single hub pipe often leaves one piece with no hub, just a spigot on both ends, which cannot be directly connected in a standard hub and spigot system without an additional coupling, leading to more fittings, cost, and potential waste. Therefore, to avoid waste and maintain usability of both cut segments, double hub pipe is the preferred type to cut. White heavy checkmark final answer, D. Double hub. Number 14. What precaution should be taken when pliers are needed to loosen a chrome swing spout lock nut? A. Do not apply too much pressure on the plier. B. As not to destroy the chrome finish, use the plier on the spout portion only. C. Use two pliers, one is for clamping while the other is used for turning. D. Wrap round nuts with adhesive tape to avoid destroying the chrome finish. The correct answer is D. Wrap round nuts with adhesive tape to avoid destroying the chrome finish. Explanation. When working with chrome-plated fixtures like a chrome swing spout lock nut, the primary concern is preserving the shiny, corrosion-resistant finish. Chrome is easily scratched, dented, or marred by direct contact with metal tools like pliers. Best practice. Wrapping the nut with adhesive tap, e.g., masking tape, electrical tape, or duct tape, before gripping it with pliers creates a protective barrier. This prevents tool marks while still allowing sufficient grip to loosen or tighten the nut. It's a simple, widely recommended field technique in plumbing. Why the other options are less correct? A. Do not apply too much pressure on the plier. While reasonable, even light pressure can scratch chrome, so this isn't sufficient. B. As not to destroy the chrome finish, use the plier on the spout portion only. Wrong. Gripping the spout, which is often hollow or thin, can bend or damage it. The lock nut is the correct part to grip. C. Use two pliers, one is for clamping while the other is used for turning. Unnecessary and increases risk of damage. Also, the spout should ideally be held with a strap wrench, not pliers. White heavy checkmark D is the safest, most effective method *** to protect the finish while getting the job done. White heavy checkmark final answer, D. Wrap round nuts with adhesive tape to avoid destroying the chrome finish. Number 16. A vertical vent that is a continuation of the drain to which it connects is a blank. A. Relief vent. B. Branch vent. C. Circuit vent. D. Continuous vent. The correct answer is D. Continuous vent. White heavy checkmark explanation. According to the International Plumbing Code, IPC, a continuous vent is defined as a vertical vent that is a continuation of the drain line to which it connects, extending upward from a horizontal branch or stack and serving as a vent for multiple fixtures. It runs continuously from the fixture drain up through the roof or into another vent system. It serves as both a rain and a vent along its path, but only the upper portion functions as a vent. Commonly used in multi-fixture installations, example, bathroom groups. This type of vent ensures proper air circulation and prevents trap siphonage. Crossmark why not the others? A. Relief vent, a vent used to provide additional airflow to a circuit vented system, not necessarily a direct continuation of the drain. B. Branch vent, a vent that connects one or more fixture vents to the main vent stack, it's horizontal or sloped, not necessarily a vertical continuation. C. Circuit vent, a single vent that serves multiple fixtures arranged in a circuit, like a bathroom group, but it doesn't have to be a direct vertical extension of the drain. White heavy checkmark, final answer, D. Continuous vent. Number 16. One of the two weights associated with cast iron pipe is service weight. What is the other weight? A. Centrifugally spun weight. B. Extra heavy weight. C. Heavy weight. D. Light weight. The correct answer is B. Extra heavy weight. Explanation. Cast iron soil pipe, used in drainage, waste, and vent systems, historically comes in two standard weight classifications as defined by standards such as ASTM A74 and referenced in plumbing codes including the National Plumbing Code of the Philippines. 1. Service weight. 2. Extra heavy weight. Service weight is the standard or lighter wall thickness, commonly used for above-ground installations. Extra heavy weight has a thicker wall, providing greater strength and durability, typically used for underground or high-stress applications, e.g., under slabs, in trenches, or where heavy loads are expected. Why not the others? A. Centrifugally spun weight. This refers to a manufacturing method, not a weight class. C. Heavy weight, not a standard classification. The correct term is extra heavy, not just heavy. D. Light weight, not recognized in standard cast iron pipe classifications. White heavy checkmark, final answer, B. Extra heavy weight. Number 17. The soft copper tubing is known as annealed copper. What is the name given to the hard copper tubing? A. Brass. B. Drawn copper. C. Alloy. D. Slurry copper. The correct answer is B. Drawn copper. Explanation. Copper tubing used in plumbing comes in different tempers, hardness levels, primarily. Annealed copper, soft. Produced by heating and slowly cooling copper. Flexible and bendable, used for *** refrigeration lines, medical gas, and specialty applications. Often coiled. Drawn copper, hard. Cold drawn through a die without annealing. Rigid and strong, commonly used for water supply lines in homes and buildings. Supplied in straight lengths. Why the other options are incorrect. A. Brass, an alloy of copper and zinc, not a type of copper tubing. C. Alloy, too vague. Copper itself may be part of an alloy, but alloy isn't the name for hard copper tubing. D. Slurry copper, not a recognized term in plumbing or metallurgy for copper tubing. White heavy checkmark, final answer, B. Drawn copper. Number 19. These pipes are shown as a series of units consisting of a long dash and two short dashes. A. Cold water pipe. B. Hot water pipe. C. Vent pipe. D. Drain pipe. The correct answer is A. Because of fewer contacts between the washer and the seat. Explanation. Single-handle mixing faucets, especially modern cartridge, ceramic disc, or ball-type designs, are known for longer service life compared to older double-handle compression faucets. The key reason lies in their mechanical design. Traditional double-handle faucets use rubber washers that press against metal seats every time the faucet is turned on/off. This repeated contact causes wear, leading to leaks and the need for frequent washer replacement. In contrast, single-handle mixing faucets often use washerless mechanisms, example, ceramic discs, cartridges, or ball valves, that minimize direct metal-to-rubber or washer-to-seat contact. Even when washers are present, the single-motion operation reduces the frequency and force of contact, slowing wear. Thus, fewer contact points and reduced friction between sealing components result in longer life before repair. Why the other options are incorrect. B. Inexperience of the user irrelevant. Faucet longevity is design-dependent, not user-skill dependent. C. Because only one handle is being used misleading. It's not the number of handles but the internal mechanism that matters. D. Water hardness is minimized because of the presence of hot water, so friction is neglected. Incorrect. Hot water doesn't reduce water hardness, and hardness actually increases scale buildup, which can harm faucets. White heavy checkmark. Final answer, A. Because of fewer contacts between the washer and the seat. Number 19. The drainage fixture unit is based on the following factors except A. The duration of a single discharge. B. The average time between successive operations of the fixtures. C. The number of users. D. The volume of discharge contained in a single use. The correct answer is C. The number of users. Explanation. Drainage fixture units, DFUs, are a standardized way to measure the load a plumbing fixture places on a drainage system. The DFU value is based on hydraulic characteristics of the fixture, not on how many people use it. According to plumbing codes, including the National Plumbing Code of the Philippines, which aligns with the IPC and Uniform Plumbing Code, DFU values are determined by A. The duration of a single discharge. White heavy checkmark. Yes, affects flow rate and system load. B. The average time between successive operations. White heavy checkmark. Yes, reflects frequency of use and recovery time of the system. D. The volume of discharge contained in a single use. White heavy checkmark. Yes, directly impacts drainage demand. However, C. The number of users. Crossmark. Not a factor in assigning DFU values. DFUs are fixture-specific, not occupancy-dependent. While total plumbing system design, e.g., number of fixtures required, considers user count, the DFU value of each individual fixture does not. For example, a water closet has a DFU of 4 whether it's in a home with 2 people or a stadium with 10,000. White heavy checkmark. Final answer, C. The number of users. Number 20. What pipe is indicated in the plumbing plan having a series of dashes with letter V separating the dashes? A. Vinyl pipe. B. Vacuum pipe. C. Vacant pipe. D. Vent pipe. The correct answer is B. Vacuum pipe. Explanation. In plumbing and mechanical drafting, certain specialty piping systems are represented using symbolic line notations that include letters or unique patterns for clear identification on plans. A pipe shown as a series of dashes with the letter V between them, example, VVV-, is the standard symbol for a vacuum pipe. This notation is used particularly in medical gas and vacuum systems, example, in hospitals, where vacuum piping is part of the plumbing or medical gas infrastructure. The V explicitly denotes vacuum service, distinguishing it from water, gas, vent, or waste lines. Why not the others? A. Vinyl pipe. Not a standard pipe type in this context. Vinyl, PVC, is usually labeled, not symbolized with V. C. Vacant pipe. Vacant pipe is not a recognized term in plumbing. D. Vent pipe. Vent pipes are typically shown as a long dash followed by 2 short dashes, not with letter V. White heavy checkmark. Final answer, B. Vacuum pipe.
Welcome to quiz number 2, 2025. Let's go over these key questions.